Hello and welcome to GNHS-TV's Knights News. I'm Trevor Coleman.
And I'm Matt Dixon. In today's episode,
Knights athletes talk about Title IX.
We hit the road bowling sectionals.
SAT season is underway.
The North alum shares some college advice.
We see a day in the life of a knight.
And we get a fit check in the spotlight.
In our first story, Lily Salas continues our look into Title IX by talking to some Knights athletes.
Hello Grayslake North. In this video, I want to highlight the importance of supporting our female athletes. Historically, female sports and athletes have been overlooked or not taken seriously. This still has lasting impacts, and it causes many obstacles for our athletes here at North.
With weightlifting, I think there's a lot of stigma and stereotypes around females who lift. So I kind of had to get over the barrier of being the only girl. So like the only girl in weight room or the only girl who like goes to competitions or things like that. Like letting comments kind of roll off because a lot of people don't understand and they're quick to judge things that they don't understand. So I think you need to be patient and be able to explain things to people and things like that.
So I think this year we've done pretty good, or like the superfans have done pretty good with coming and supporting us or the girls basketball team at like our games and stuff. And I know in past years it's been like, more towards like they go to male game. And I think that there's like a stereotype of like guys are more athletic and their games are more fun to watch. But I think with the superfans this year, they've done pretty good about coming to our games. But I also think that what North could do better would be to have girls have to cheer at our home games too, because I know that the boys team gets cheerleaders and they also have the dance team. And we don't get either of those even for our home games. So I feel like that's probably the only thing that I could think of that they could be better about.
Hearing and accommodating the needs of athletes is so important. Always remember to display support when adversity is present. This way, North can create an even more inviting atmosphere for female athletes.
I just want to say thank you to all the superfans who have came to our games too, because I know it hasn't been like that in past years, so having you guys come and support us means a lot, and it makes the games a lot more intense and fun for us, so thank you guys for coming.
If anyone is interested in trying weightlifting or trying a sport as a female, I would really encourage them to do it. I know you mentioned it's for Title IX. There are a lot of scholarships that go unclaimed. I think you'll become a stronger person through it, and yeah, I think that you can only benefit from it.
Thanks, Lily. Next, Christopher Lyman cheers on Peyton Jacobs at bowling sectionals.
On Saturday, January 16th, the boys bowling team competed in one of the IHSA regional tournaments, where senior Peyton Jacobs was able to qualify for the sectionals tournament in South Beloit, Illinois. Peyton has worked really hard all season to improve his skills and help teach his teammates as we have gotten better and better. Among other things, he has managed to get a few completed closed games where a bowler gets only spares and strikes and leaves no pin standing at the end of the game, a large handful of 200-plus scoring games. He has held most of the highest series on the team this season, and most notably, early on in the season, he managed to get a perfect game of 300 pins. On Friday the 21st, Peyton left with Coach Geiger and myself to head to Viking Lanes to practice and prepare for the tournament on Saturday.
I'm pumped. I'm ready to go bowl, get this trip underway. I've been bowling really consistently, and I'm pretty proud about that. So I want to at least bowl at least a 200 average, and I feel like I'll be set.
One thing Peyton has pushed himself and his team to do this year is to set goals to reach at throughout the season. Whether small or large, it was a good way to hold ourselves and one another to a standard that we set for ourselves and ourselves only. One of Peyton's biggest challenges to face this weekend is bowling without the support of his team. It has been seen this season that as long as there is high energy along the bowling team, it is easier to bowl better. Unfortunately, with none of his team down in the pit, it is up to Geiger to cheer him up, as well as his family to scream and cheer for him. It is important while bowling to know your shots. All throughout practice, it is important to find, perfect, and understand your shot, then to completely change your shot and do it all again. Bowling is a much more complicated sport than most think, and that's why practice on Friday was so incredibly important. After practice Friday afternoon, Peyton and I headed back to the hotel to take the night off. The next morning, it was back to the bowling alley for morning practice and to start the tournament. It was finally time to get bowling, and after his first ball, he threw many more shots throughout the day. Unfortunately, this was not enough pins to qualify for state. We have seen some amazing improvements from him this year, and it has been such an honor to bowl with him. Congratulations on everything you have accomplished, and it's been a great end to the season.
Congratulations on a great year, Peyton.
As one season ends, another begins. Charlotte Schaefer gives us the latest on the SAT.
Now that the PSAT is over, juniors are focusing on the SAT. Although the SAT is just one test, it still holds important implications for many students' futures and can take a lot of time to prepare for.
So what we typically tell students here in the counseling office is the best way to prepare for the SAT is really by what you're doing in your classes. We also know that some teachers do some SAT prep in class, so coming to school every day and making sure that you're participating in class is really the number one way to prep for the SAT. We also have an SAT prep course here that Mrs. Johnson and Mrs. Sokolowski run. That information was sent out a couple weeks ago, and students were able to sign up via in-person or Zoom to get a full course of SAT prep. And then another way that us in the counseling office tell students and parents is to use Khan Academy as well, which is another great resource to prep for the SAT. The real SAT is in April for juniors, and the practice SAT is actually next week in end of January, which is next Tuesday. So there's not an actual timeline, but we do tell students to prep ahead of time before the practice, and then once they get the practice, then they'll be ready for the real SAT in April. A lot of colleges, most all colleges actually now are test optional. So I think that definitely has decreased the stress level for students and took that pressure off of students because not all colleges require the SAT anymore. Students get to choose whether or not they want to send their SAT scores. So if they're not happy with their SAT scores, students do not have to send it to their college. And the college will put more emphasis on other things like grade point average and leadership qualities, interview. So really, the SAT, we tell students don't stress at all about it because a lot of colleges don't even need your SAT score.
And if students ever have any questions or concerns about the SAT or college process, the counseling office is always open.
We get a lot of students that come down. We do talk a lot of parents as well on how to prep for the SAT and kind of like what that timeline looks like. So yeah, students are more than welcome to come down and talk to us anytime about test prep, college, and kind of what the future will look like.
The SAT may seem daunting, but it's important to remember that not only are there many ways to prepare, but there are also many ways to use or not use your SAT score in the future.
Important information, Charlotte. Thanks.
Now, Tristan Schultz talks to her sister, North alum Gracie Schultz, about what you should know from a college student's perspective.
College can be a stressful time, but GNHS alum Gracie Schultz has been through a similar situation and has advice for current upperclassmen.
Being able to find the right college for you is possibly the most stressful part of this. Gracie was thankfully able to pick the University of Iowa with ease.
I had a really easy time figuring out what college I wanted to go to. I sat down with 5 different adults that all knew me very well, and we just kind of made a list of all of the colleges that they would think I would be successful in. So wanted outside perspective of like where I would do well in like schooling. And I ended up picking the University of Iowa because of not only the overall atmosphere of the school, but also because of the dance department. I just felt like it was a place that I could see myself growing in, becoming the dancer that I want to be.
Feeling at home at the college you pick is the most important thing, and doing what you love will help you settle much faster there.
Honestly, I would just say that
go to school for something that makes you happy. I overall chose something that I knew would bring me joy every day and I wouldn't dread going to work. So I would say that you should definitely go for something that makes you happy, something you're good at. Go to a school that you feel right in, not because your friends are going there. You will make friends when you get to college.
Although looking at colleges may seem impossible at first, with a little patience, you'll find the right school in no time. Good luck, Knights.
We all live as students daily, but do we really stop to think about it?
Jackie Bennett does just that as she takes us through her day.
Hi Knights, today I'm going to be taking you along for the day in the life of a GNHS senior. Hey everyone, so me and Jesse just got to school. We obviously had to get Starbucks before school. We'll probably go in like 10 minutes. Oh god.
Hey vlog, so we just did a project and we're in AP Psych and it's really good. This is Britton, by the way. We always work in a group together and this is Jesse, so yeah.
Hey vlog, so we're in broadcast journalism right now and we did not just sprint through the school to be in our intro.
Yes, we I'm so out of breath.
Back to class. Hey vlog, we're out to lunch.
Hey, vlog.
Yeah, we all get to leave for B lunch.
Yes. Hashtag
I hate B lunch, but it's okay. We're going to lunch now.
It's okay.
My third hour class is Spanish, but I forgot to film during that specific class period. Hey vlog, so just finished third period and me and Jesse get to go home, but Kelly has to stay here. But yeah, so school day's over. Yay! Yay! Hey vlog, I'm home from school now, doing my homework, gonna eat dinner, and then yeah. I forgot to mention, I will be playing with my dogs tonight. To finish off my day, I just ended up playing with my dogs. Thanks, Knights, for coming along in a day in my life.
Thanks, Jackie. In our final story, Kelly Epple puts people in the spotlight with some fit checks.
What's up, Knights? Today, we check in with GNHS students and check out what they're wearing to school.
My top's from Brandy, my bottoms are from Zara, and my shoes are Converse. So my shirt is from GNHS bookstore, pants are from Marquette bookstore, shoes from Nike, socks from Under Armour.
My name is Michael. This shirt's from Target. These pants are from Wild Raspberry, and these shoes are from Journeys.
Hi, I'm Armani. So I got the sweater from H&M. I got the pants from PacSun. I got my shoes from Nike.
Hi, I'm Sophia. My jacket thing is thrifted. This is from Aerie. My jeans are also thrifted. My tank is from Forever 21 and my shoes are Converse.
This is Patagonia. This is Nike. And the shoes are Nike.
I'm Abby Kukas, and this is my outfit. And my
So my outfit's a tie-dye sweatshirt, leggings, and Air Forces. I tie-dye the sweatshirt myself, actually.
Grayslake North students take much pride in their outfits.
That brings this episode of Knights News to a close. I'm Matt Nixon.
And I'm Trevor Coleman.
And thanks for tuning in.